Lads, Angel Reese is currently about to be suspended. She has 7 technical fouls on the season. And if this was last season, in a 44-game season, she would have already been suspended.
Angel Reese is walking a tightrope that could soon see her benched from the WNBA after a series of emotional outbursts on the court that have shocked both fans and analysts. Her recent behavior has drawn significant attention, especially as she edges closer to a potential suspension due to an accumulation of technical fouls. The situation has sparked growing concern across the league, and frankly, it's about time someone addressed this escalating issue.
Not only does bricklayer Ratchet Reese lead the league in turnovers, she also leads the league in technical fouls with 7. And if she gets one more technical foul, her goofy ass is sitting down to be suspended for a game, man, because she can't control that ratchet bad attitude that I tell y'all about all.
She's already accumulated 7 technical fouls in just 22 games through July 2025, an unusually high number for any professional athlete in such a short span. One more technical could land her in serious trouble, as WNBA rules clearly state that reaching 8 technical fouls results in an automatic 1-game suspension. Although the league raised the threshold from 7 to 8 this season to account for the expanded 44-game schedule, Reese is still skating dangerously close to that limit.
You got Angel. We're dribbling. Cross.
And Angel Reese
fouled.
Ooh. The dribble. A lot of ball on that play. You can see by the facial expression of Marie. She knew she had a lot of ball as well.
The aggression I can see it.
Angel Reese going inside. She's using her size and
Somebody.
physicality, trying to push Kalundakova off the space. Angel Reese has already drawn 3 fouls, and I think she just got it.
The WNBA has been criticized for allowing too many players to get away with overly aggressive behavior, not just toward their opponents, but sometimes even toward their own coaches. This season, that leniency has coincided with a troubling rise in technical fouls across the league. According to ESPN, players received 92 technical fouls before the All-Star break in one recent season, 11 more than were issued during the entire previous year. Coaches have also contributed to the trend, racking up an additional 30 technicals with nearly 20% of the season still left to play.
Genuinely, one of the funny things about this is that her fans are arguing that none of the techs are warranted. They are all warranted. Like, what are we talking about? Every one of these techs are warranted. I'm not joking when I say this. They're like, oh, 4 of her 7 techs have been from double techs. Yeah, something happens in the game and you square up to your opponent. It's a double tech, and your opponent, you go head to head with your opponent's a double tech. It's never not been a double tech.
The league's head of officiating has attempted to downplay the surge in technical fouls, insisting that there hasn't been any league-wide effort to increase them. However, the numbers tell a different story, and players across the WNBA have taken notice. Dallas Wings center Liz Cambage even spoke out, criticizing officials for trying to soften the game after she reportedly received a technical foul simply for giving a referee a look. This same kind of emotional volatility and tension is now becoming evident in Angel Reese's behavior as well.
Goofy ass Ratchet Reese out here doing so great on the court with that bad ratchet attitude, racking up tech after tech after tech, man. Fake ass point forward, leading the league in turnovers because she wants to act like she's a point guard so bad, to act like she's better than Caitlin Clark when her ass can't dribble or do anything. How the fuck are you a forward leading in turnovers because you want to try to be a point guard so bad?
If you're enjoying this, make sure to subscribe for more updates. Now, speaking of crossing lines with coaching staff, let's talk about the moment Angel Reese shocked everyone by knocking a whiteboard out of her own coach's hands. During a crucial timeout with less than 30 seconds left in a tied game against the Washington Mystics, Reese aggressively slapped a clipboard out of assistant coach and Crosby's grasp. The heated exchange, caught on national television, spread across social media within minutes and instantly went viral.
People are picking up on is when she is walking over to the bench and she slaps the clipboard out of her coach's hand. And you guys, my honest reaction to this when I first saw it, I was just laughing. It's kind of like the reaction that you're seeing from me right here. I wouldn't look into this too hard. I know it's already become controversial because they're like, oh, if another player did this, there would be think pieces written about it.
Crosby, who also serves as the team's vice president of basketball operations and strength and conditioning coach, was simply trying to communicate with Reese during the timeout when the Chicago Sky star lost her composure. The raw emotion and clear disrespect in that moment were a shocking display of public defiance, exposing deep cracks within a franchise already teetering on the edge of instability. The incident perfectly encapsulated the emotional immaturity that has characterized Reese's second season. And this wasn't an isolated moment either. Earlier in the season, Reese openly admitted that she and her teammates were tired of being cussed out by head coach Tyler Marsh and his staff. Comments like these point to a fundamental breakdown in the player-coach relationship, one that goes far beyond ordinary competitive tension.
Emotional decline continues for Angel Reese. The temper tantrums, the complete loss of emotional control continues for the Bayou Barbie, as well as the Chi-Town Barbie and Double Double Barbie, and whatever other alias that Angel Reese has decided to give.
Now, let's talk about the moment Angel Reese tried to capitalize on the spotlight by launching her own shoe during the All-Star Game. An effort that many saw as a strategic attempt to ride Caitlin Clark's star power. Believing that Clark's presence would make the event the most watched basketball game of the year, Reese unveiled her Reebok Angel Reese 1 Meb Bounce colorway during the festivities. The move was both calculated and transparent. She clearly understood that Clark's massive popularity as team captain would attract huge viewership, and she wanted to leverage that attention to promote her signature shoe. But just as Reese tried to make a splash with her new release, she now faces the very real risk of suspension due to her growing list of technical fouls. The timing couldn't be worse. If she's suspended right after launching her shoe, it would create an incredibly awkward situation that could seriously damage both her sales and her reputation.
There is the part of me that's like, is this really necessary? And shouldn't Angel Reese be able to market herself at this point without invoking or even, insinuating some sort of attachment to Caitlin Clark? Because if I'm being honest about it, people say that moment was huge. It will live forever. That moment will live forever. But Caitlin Clark was on this trajectory already. And if anyone has benefited more from the attachment, at least from an attention...
Instead of the massive attention Reese had hoped for, the outcome was the complete opposite. Fans showed little interest in the game or her shoe announcement. At least, not in the way they would have if Caitlin Clark had been healthy and playing. The 2025 WNBA All-Star Game drew 2.2 million viewers, a steep 36% drop from the previous year's record-setting 3.44 million. While it was still the second most watched All-Star Game in WNBA history, the decline was directly linked to Clark's absence due to injury. Her impact on viewership and fan engagement is undeniable. Even ticket prices reflected that reality, plunging from $121 to just $64 on TickPick in Indianapolis after Clark withdrew from the event. The difference she makes is staggering. Indiana Fever games featuring Clark averaged 16,684 fans, nearly double the 8,552 seen at other WNBA matchups. When Clark plays, teams are even forced to move games to larger arenas to meet the overwhelming demand.
All-Star Weekend, it's supposed to be the star of all stars. All the big dogs is out. Asia Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart, everybody's out. The big dogs are out. You got the rookie, you got Angel Reese, Miss Me Too. All of the stars are here, and look at this news. The get-in price for the WNBA All-Star Game in Indianapolis has dropped 48% from $121 to just $64 after news broke that Caitlin Clark